Oh look, here you are for yet another Hollow Knight SIlksong video. You must be a big fan. If so, welcome my friend. I waited a while to make this review because I wanted to get to the true ending first. I tore my shoulder just before the game released. Yay for getting old. Let's set the tone right away to get my personal score on the table. SIlksong is a 10 out of 10 game and an absolute masterpiece of game design, an example for other games to emulate. Hollow Knight SIlksong has the perfect atmosphere, art style, music, enemy design, and colorful NPCs. It is absolutely packed full of content and has upended AAA and even indie studios by the quality, scope, and delivered against all odds on one of the best Metroidvanias ever made, the original Hollow Knight. Every now and then I am given hope that the gaming industry is not a steaming pile of shit. SIlksong has almost a mythical status. There wasn't a Nintendo Direct in the past 7 years that you didn't see it rumored for immediate release. Then lo and behold, it actually dropped, and now it is in our hands, but you know that already. I am a 42-year-old father and gamer. I have a special love for retro video games, not only because of the memories of simpler times, but because in a lot of cases they are very hard to complete. They require that you put in the work. You cannot have the word Hollow Knight without the caveat 2D Dark Souls or Nintendo hard. And you know what? That's not far off the truth. As a guy that played through some of the toughest gaming franchises like Ninja Gaiden, Battletoads, Cuphead, Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and yes, Hollow Knight, SIlksong is not for the casual gamer. SIlksong doesn't hold you by the hand. It respects you by allowing you to learn from your mistakes and get good. The difficulty is different for everyone. As I said, I am good at hard games, and I didn't struggle much on the bosses, except for one, Grohl. That boss can go to hell. To put things into perspective with bosses, I beat the first Sinner without even knowing she existed, and I did it on the first attempt. The same with Savage Beastfly and Cogwork Dancers. Many other of the bosses as well. Getting stuck on a boss is more of the exception than the rule. However, that is a reflection of my past experience, rather than the general gamer would experience. Platforming in this game is brutal, which if you played the original Hollow Knight, that was to be expected. Mount Fae actually gave me the most grief because I only had the Hunter's Crest, which brings up a major element. Crests like the Wanderer's, my personal favorite, and the Reaper's Crest make pogoing a lot easier. We spoke about the difficulty. Before I forget though, let's mention the music. The score in this game is a masterclass. My favorite 3 tracks in order are Cogwork Dancers, Choral Chambers, and Scar Singer Carmelita. These are not just songs. They perfectly encapsulate the emotion of the challenges you are facing. There is a very small part on the final boss of Act 3 that actually almost made me tear up. When Hornet is moving through the abyss, it is single-handedly one of the best gaming payoffs I've ever witnessed in well over 35 years of gaming. If I were to pick my 5 favorite bosses in the game, starting at number 1, it would be Lost Lace, Widow, Cogwork Dancers, Scar Singer Carmelita, and then the first Sinner. Let's conclude here by saying that SIlksong is not a maybe. It is a must play for any gamer that really wants to experience a game that the developers didn't hold back on. They made this game to be experienced, where your effort is paid off around every corner. Every challenge builds into a crescendo of gaming nirvana. SIlksong is not just a great Metroidvania. I would argue that Metroidvania should be renamed to Hollow Metroidvanias from this point forward. Thank you Team Chariot for delivering, and thank you friend for watching. Let me know what your experience were with SIlksong, or if you plan on picking it up in the future. Cheers everyone and have a wonderful day.